Hello to my favorite first graders out there. How are you doing? It is time for us to start our math lesson today. We are going to start the day off doing our spiral review. So this paper is in your notebook that was sent home in your green folder. So go ahead and find the page that looks like this in your folder. If you need a few minutes, you can push pause, and when you're ready, you may push play. I'm going to move over there and we'll get started. All right, so my friends, last week we talked about this coin right here. Does anybody remember what the name of this coin is? Turn and tell someone next to you what the name of this coin is. I think I heard someone say it. Did you call this coin a penny? If you did, that's correct. Which one of these words says penny? Listen to me say the word penny. Penny. Think about the beginning sound of the word penny. What sound makes the p sound? That's right. P makes the p sound. So penny begins with the letter P. Does this begin with a P? No, that begins with a D. This is the word dime. A dime is different than a penny. Does this word begin with a P? No, it begins with an N. This is the word nickel. Does this word begin with a P? It does. This is the word penny. So I want you to bubble in or color in the letter C. Let's keep going though, because when you're doing a multiple choice test, it is always smart to check all your answers. Does this begin with a P? No, this is a Q. This word is quarter. Quarter is not the same thing as penny. Good job, my friends. Put your finger on number 5. We are going to solve these 4 problems. Let's look at the first problem. Read the equation with me. 1 plus 6 equals blank. Sometimes when I am solving a problem, I like to draw dots to help me. This is just one strategy that you can use at home or in school. So I'm going to draw a dot to represent each number. Watch. This is the number 1. So I'm going to draw 1 dot. This is the number 6. So I'm going to draw 6 dots. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that I've drawn my dots, I'm going to count both sets of dots to see how many I have in all. I'm putting them together because the sentence has a plus sign. And when there is a plus sign, you are putting 2 groups together to make a larger number. Will you help me count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. a 7 in the blank. Let's read the equation now. 1 plus 6 equals 7. Good job. Let's look at the next equation. Here we go. 4 plus 4 equals blank. Some of you might already know your double facts, but it's always good to check our thinking. So let's use the dot strategy to help us draw a picture. This first number is 4, so I'm going to draw 4 dots. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next number is also 4, so I'm going to draw 4 more dots. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I am going to put both sets of dots together. I'm putting them together because the sentence says 4 plus 4. And the plus sign means to put together. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put an 8 in the blank. Now, let's read the equation together. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Nice job. Let's read the third equation. 7 plus 0 equals blank. I'm going to draw dots to help me solve this problem. If you already know the answer, you should check your work. Here we go. The first number is 7, so I'm going to draw 7 dots. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The second number is 0. 0 means nothing. So for 0, I'm not going to draw any dots. So, how many dots do I have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 0 equals 7. Let's look at the fourth and last equation for this problem. Read the equation with me. 5 plus 3 equals blank. Friends, what should we do first? That's right. We could draw 5 dots. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What should we do next? That's right. We should draw 3 dots next, because this number tells us we need to add 3 more. Help me count. 1, 2, 3. All right, fabulous first graders. What is our step next? That's right, we should put them all together. It is a plus sign, and when you are adding, you are putting two groups together to make a larger number. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's read our equation now. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Nice job, friends. Let's look at number 6 on our spiral review. Lisa has 3 dolls. Her friend Kay gave her 2 more dolls. How many dolls does Lisa have now? Draw a picture and write an equation to solve the problem. All right, friends, let's read it again. You can try to read it with me. Lisa has 3 dolls. Her friend Kay gave her 2 more dolls. How many dolls does Lisa have now? All right, this is some private think time. How many dolls did Lisa start with? How many dolls did Lisa start with? Show me with your fingers. That's right. Lisa started with 3 dolls. Now, when I am drawing a picture, I could try to draw dolls, but that's really tough. So instead, I'm going to draw 3 circles to represent 3 dolls. Do you have 3 circles to represent 3 dolls? The next part of our equation says her friend Kay gave her 2 more dolls. If somebody gives you more, is your number going to be smaller or is it going to be bigger? That's right. It is going to be bigger. So Kay gave her 2 more dolls. I'm going to draw 2 more circles to represent the 2 more dolls. Our question is, how many dolls does Lisa have now? Let's see if we can figure that out. These circles represent Lisa's dolls. Let's count her dolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lisa has 5 dolls. But guess what? We are not finished yet. It says that we need to write an equation to match our picture. How many dolls did we start with? Yes, we started with 3. Then what happened? That's right. We got 2 more. And when we get 2 more, we represent that with a plus sign. So let's read our equation. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Lisa has 5 dolls now. Which answer shows 5? Is it A, B, C, or D? That's right. It is B. Lisa has 5 dolls. Nice job, friends. All right, now let's get started with our lesson. All right. Thank you for being patient while I share my screen with you. Today, we're going to be working on lesson 9, number partners for 10. We've worked with number partners for the numbers 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now it's time for us to work with number partners for 10. In kindergarten, students explored combinations of numbers whose sum is 10 by decomposing them with physical objects and writing corresponding number sentences. In this lesson, students will gain fluency in partners for 10 in a variety of ways. Your Clear Learning target says, I can fluently add and subtract within 10. Let's read it together. I can fluently add and subtract within 10. Let's work really hard to meet this goal today. We're going to watch a video first. Are you ready?
Monster Math presents Addition Below 10.
Let's get past our ads
class.
here. Here we go.
I like to make 10 again and again. So many combinations. I like to make 10. 0 plus 10 makes 10. 1 plus 9 makes 10. 2 plus 8 makes 10. 3 plus 7 makes 10. 4 plus 6 makes 10. 5 plus 5 makes 10. 6 plus 4 makes 10. 7 plus 3 makes 10. 8 plus 2 makes 10. 9 plus 1 makes 10. 10 plus 0 makes 10. I like to make 10 again and again. I like to make 10 again and again. So many combinations. I like to make 10. 0 plus 10 makes 10. 1 plus 9 makes 10. 2 plus 8 makes 10. 3 plus 7 makes 10. 4 plus 6 makes 10. 5 plus 5 makes 10. 6 plus 4 makes 10. 7 plus 3 makes 10. 8 plus 2 makes 10. 1 makes 10. 10 plus 0 makes 10. I like to make 10 again and again. I like to make 10 again and again. So many combinations. I like to make 10.
All right. That was a fun video. Let's get back. to our lesson. So, how many ways can you make 10? You can use your whiteboard, your number bond template, or just a piece of paper. Write your answer in equation form. Hint, there are 8 different ways. So we're using these cards on here to make 10. Only these cards. So notice I'm going to give you a hint. There's no 0, there's no 10, and there's only 1 5. See if you can find some of the ways. Push pause now, and when you're ready, you can push play. So let's look at Jed's cards. He has numbers 1 to 9. Or Jen's cards. I thought it said Jed. It's Jen. She adds 2 of the cards to get to 10. Here are some of the ways that Jen could have added her cards together. She could have added the 1 and the 9 to get to 10. She could have added the 2 and the 8 to get to 10. She could have added the 3 and 7 to get to 10. She could have added the 4 and the 6 to get to 10. She could have done the turnarounds and done 6 and 4 equals 10, 7 and 3 equals 10, 8 and 2 equals 10, 9 and 1 equal 10. But let's talk about it. Most of you know that 5 plus 5 equals 10. But why didn't I add that to the chart? Turn and talk to somebody and let them know you're thinking. I couldn't add 5 plus 5 to this chart because Jen only had 1 5 card. If she had 2 5 cards, we could have put both of them on there. But you're right, 5 plus 5 does equal 10. Let's look at this row of squares. There are 10 squares in this row. What are 2 ways that we could make 10 using these squares? Notice I have 1 white square and 9 gray squares. If you need more time, push pause now. And when you're ready, you can push play. Looking at the squares, I have 1 white square and 9 gray squares. So my equation could read 10 equals 1 plus 9. My equation could also read 10 equals 9 plus 1. If you made this equation on your paper or whiteboard, give yourself a pat on the back. Launch number 2, Mia needs to show 2 cards that make 10. What are 5 ways that she could show 10? This one's going to take some time. Push pause, and when you're ready to move on, you can push play. Let's look at Mia's cards. Making 10 is so much fun. Look at all of the ways we could make 10. Read through these equations with me. 10 equals 10 plus 0. 10 equals 9 plus 1. 10 equals 8 plus 2. 10 equals 7 plus 3. 10 equals 6 plus 4. 10 equals 5 plus 5. 10 equals 4 plus 6. 10 equals 3 plus 7. 10 equals 2 plus 8. 10 equals 1 plus 9. 10 equals 0 plus 10. Share your thinking with someone near you. Old Buzz and Boom are at it again. We have to figure out who is right. And how do you know? Let's look at our number bond. Question mark plus 8 equals 10. What would go in that question mark to make 10? Buzz writes 10 plus 8 equals 2, and 2 plus 10 equals 12. He also writes 8 equals 10 minus 2. 6 equals 8 minus 2. Boom writes 8 plus 2 equals 10. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 8 equals 10 minus 2. 2 equals 10 minus 8. Talk with someone near you about who is right. Is it Buzz or is it Boom? Push pause, and when you're ready to move on, push play. Here is some practice for us. The equation I want you to find is 10 equals 7 plus what? What do I need to add to 7 to get to 10? Turn and talk. Where are we going to put the 10? How about the 7? And what number is missing? Push pause, and when you're ready to move on, push play. We put the 10 in the single box because the two boxes that are connected put together will equal 10. Remember when I told you the biggest number always goes in the main box? But now, where are we going to put the 7? We put the 7 in one of the two bottom boxes. But now, what do we need to add to 7 to get to 10? We could use the count on strategy. If we have 7, I can count on until I get to 10. In class, I use this strategy a lot. Watch me. I'm going to put 7 in my head, and I'm going to count on to 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. How many more did I need to get to 10? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. I needed 3 more to get to 10 because 7 plus 3 equals 10. Look at the two number cards that I have. Use these two number cards to write two number sentences. I gave you a hint. One number sentence will be an addition sentence. One number sentence will be a subtraction sentence. push pause, and when you're ready to move on, push play. Why are there only 2 number sentences for this problem? Let's look at the answer. We wrote 10 equals 5 plus 5. Is there a turnaround problem for that? If we turned it around, we would still have 5 plus 5. It would be the same thing. Let's look at the subtraction problem. If we did 10 minus 5 equals 5, and we turned that around, we would still have the same problem. 10 minus 5 equals 5 is the same thing as 10 minus 5 equals 5. So that's why for this problem, we only had 2 number sentences. This is one of your independent practice pages for today. Write 4 number sentences that match the 2 cards. 2 of your number sentences will be addition and 2 will be subtraction. Take a picture of your work and send it to your teacher on ClassTag. We will come back to this slide in a moment. I want to explain what else you're going to be working on. This is also your independent practice. You are going to follow the directions on this page and play the game. This is in your folder. And so when you're finished with it, keep the response page in your folder and turn it into your teacher when you see her next. Let's go. There we go. I wanted to get back to this page for you so you could see this. And if you need to pause it to be able to do your independent practice, that is absolutely fine. Before I let you go today, I want to say, first of all, that you're doing a great job working so hard. The next thing that I want to make sure that you get finished is, if you have time and it's working, please do 20 minutes on iReadyMath. If it's not working, no worries. We will fix it later. Just let your teacher know on ClassTag that it's not working. Thank you so much for your hard work, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.